Angeles Clippers going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who we'll be hearing from shortly. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Luwawu. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard. And for the Clippers, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Opening day, Steve, for some teams it's a fresh start, and for others it's the first step towards settling unfinished business, taking care of what they didn't do the previous season.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. I think those teams that came very close to maybe winning the championship or being there, those are the guys that are hungry. Those are the organization. They are chomping at the bit to start the season.
Misses in close.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
And the rejection by Ibaka.
Great defense by Serge, a tremendous athlete, blessed with insane length and leaping ability.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high.
Now here's Jordan. His last outing, he had 8 points. Knocks down the 3 ball.
The thing about Kyrie, he has great natural balance when setting up for the jumper.
Beverley against Irving. Bounce pass from Beverley. Here's Leonard. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Now here's Jordan. Off with the layup.
A for effort, but when there's that much resistance at the rim, better find another option.
Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Over Irving, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Harden against George. Jordan trying to free himself up. It's hauled in by George.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
And it's Beverley missing. The Nets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Luwawu, the pass to Irving. And here's Harden, uncovered, and he connects with the jumper.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Pass to Leonard. Brooklyn with the rebound. Harris looking it over, and Luwawu gets it to go.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now here's George. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
Yeah, and I look at his total effect on the scoring, both as a passer and a shooter. Incredibly productive.
And then Leonard with the dunk.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
Brooklyn trailing. Harden outside. Here's Irving. Count the basket. Irving's got 5 now. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Here's George, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Brooklyn.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
First free throw is good. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And both free throws. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Beverly. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly.
So a moment now to see the story on Kyrie Irving. Last season, he played outstanding. 11th in assists, 13th in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game, one of the league's premier offensive threats.
And he was the consummate playmaker last season. Completely unselfish. Always had his head up, looking for the open man. Harris passes to Jordan. Just 5 to shoot. Paul George with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And George with the stuff.
And hustle paid off there to George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Now here is Harris. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Irving looking for an opening. 5 on the clock. And here's Harden for 3. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And defensively, you gotta respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
Now here is George. Outside Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Morris against Harden. From downtown, and Marcus Morris good for 3.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
Irving against Beverly. Harris up top. No points in the game yet for him. There's the pass to Jordan. Ibaka with some nice D. Clippers leading by 3. Leonard draws the double. And Ibaka kicks to Morris. Passes to Leonard. Goes up again. And it's good on the way in. Leonard's got 10 points.
That time he kept it himself. Leonard playing a chess game on the pick and roll.
Irving passes to Harden. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of mid-air. Inside, Morris. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. He has 5.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Pass to Harden. And just miss after miss right now.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Hold on!
You got to buckle up on that one.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Now, here is Irving. He's got 5. Harris outside. Shoots over Leonard. Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, this is Jordan's mindset, trying to extend the play and convert that effort into points.
Beverly looking around. Here's Leonard. Here's Morris. Off target at the rim.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Luwawu Cabarro kicks to Irving. Nets passing it around on the wing. Harden puts it up. Goes back up. And Jordan with the nice inside bucket. Now just a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
Few players, if any, hit for a higher percentage inside. Jordan playing to his strengths.
Here's George. That shot off. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have two elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Now here's Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against Golden State.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why: lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year? 88% from the line.
Free throw good from Harden. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
Now, here is Harden. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who are the best shooters from behind the arc last season. We take a look at Harris. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
Was such a huge accomplishment. What a year it was for him from behind the arc.
Here's Leonard. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And 12 points for Leonard.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And Luwawu gets it to go.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Williams scanning the floor. Morris dishes to George. Rebound, Brooklyn. Luwawu's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Harden. He nails it, and we're tied up. Harden's got 10.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Leonard on the wing. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Throws it up high.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Morris finds Leonard. Outside, George. Morris outside. Looking for George. He gets it there. It's in. That's his 3rd field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
In this period, they're feeding him, and he's feeling it.
Left side, Irving. Shot from the top of the key. That one misses. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. There's Williams with the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
For a guy who is 6'3", Kyrie shows us he has great confidence playing inside.
It's George on the wing, guarded by Harden. And Paul George with the 3. He's got 11.
They have leaned on him all quarter, and it has worked to perfection.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists tonight.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And here is Williams. The 3. That shot off the mark. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We come back right after this. And this team has shown their toughness and determination, and Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are, and when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And you can't cause those mistakes unless you're willing to gamble. So far, they've rolled the dice, and it's paid off.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Luwawu is out there with Joe Harris. Then it's Jordan. Then it's Harden. And it's Irving at the 1 spot. The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one. You know, Steve, so much goes into being an effective bench player. What do you like to see in a team's 6th man?
What I love, Kevin, is a guy that can come off as a 6th man is he doesn't disrupt what's going on with the starters. Also, he's ready. And most of those guys that wins that award, they don't need time to adjust to the game. They come in and make an immediate impact.
And George drops them both. Nets trail by 3. On the wing, Irving. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And he's got his first chance at the line here. And so he hits the technical free throw.
I mean, it's so impressive. Kyrie's scoring ability. Terrific shot maker. Obviously gets to the line. Converts at a high rate.
Lobs it up for Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Put it up anywhere. DeAndre Jordan can go get it.
Williams against Irving. On the wing, Williams. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Zubac trying to break loose. And the shot goes in. And the Clippers lead by 2.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Now here's Williams. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
You see the toughness of Williams. Won't shy away from contact.
Harris passes to Dinwiddie. And he goes in for the dunk.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Now here is Harris. A nice shot by Irving.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Williams kicks to George. Pass to Zubac. Here's Kennard.
love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Now here is Harris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Dinwiddie's shot is off. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Out left to the wing. The pass to Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harris dishes to Jordan. 6 to shoot. He kicks it to Dinwiddie. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard. And the 6'6" point guard Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
The first free throw is good. Is no good. Steve, the league has broadened the definition of clear path foul. Think that'll discourage the wrap-up fouls that stop those fast breaks?
Yeah, I think so, because the guy's coming downhill with that type of force. And if you do wrap him up, and sometimes your coaches want you to because of the situation, but it's hard, and it could create a lot of injuries. So I do like the clear path fouls.
Here now is Dinwiddie, after Lou Williams was able to get the 3 to go. It up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
When you lose sight of DeAndre on defense, you're in trouble. He's a huge target that can score easily when given the opportunity.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. The Nets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. last year's top scorers. James Harden, number 1. Second is Paul George.
And what an option either of those two guys give you. They're both excellent safety valves when an offense is struggling.
Williams finds George. Leonard on the wing. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And it's Leonard missing.
Easy chance from mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Here's Claxton. Jordan trying to free himself up, and the layup's good off the glass. And that ties it up.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Zubac's with it, guarded now by Irving. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Over Irving, just 5 on the clock. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Over to the wing. Harris passes to Claxton. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
Now here's Leonard. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
Here's Irving. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Harris trying to get free. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nets. The Los Angeles Clippers coming to this one after the win against the Warriors. Oh, Leonard in position.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Irving double team. Passes it to Dinwiddie. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Los Angeles. The feed to George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Smitty, we're seeing preseason and even regular season games take place overseas on foreign soil. Would you have enjoyed that when you were playing?
Yeah, for sure, Kevin. I know the travel is an added challenge, and at the same time, you appreciate where the game takes you. It is definitely growing globally, going places you might otherwise never experience, especially in a basketball setting.
That free throw good from George. Garrett Temple has checked in for Irving. And so he hits both. Now Dinwiddie, 23 points for him the last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
Now here is Harris. Jordan. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. George has got 6 assists in the game.
Well, you know, the truth is Leonard's been focused all night. Has an array of go-to moves and the endurance to keep on coming.
Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Facing Steven Adams and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Monday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. Kennard the pass to George, and he makes that one. Now it's a 4-point Los Angeles lead.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it.
One's off, still out of sync. For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against the Warriors in San Francisco. And George gets it to go.
Building off a solid first quarter. He's been lights out here in the second.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
You know, a big change last season for Luke Kennard happened when he stopped worrying about taking bad shots. He was asked to be more proactive on offense and start creating chances for himself instead of waiting for the ball to be swung to him.
Serge Ibaka. He's checked in for the Clippers. Morris comes in for Luke Kennard. Jakar Sampson's checked in for the Nets. Harden comes in for Joe Harris. And Smitty, that aggressiveness from Kennard, that's what the team wants from him.
He's a big part of their future. They need that from him. He may not be their #1 or #2 scorer, but he can be a very solid option off the bench or as a starter.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Dinwiddie. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Ibaka outside. Back to Williams. Kicks it to George. George double teamed. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Williams gets the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Harden outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Lou Williams.
And really on top of all else Harden does for you at this end, he's a tremendous free throw shooter, around 85% for his career. Clutch.
And he makes the first. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. And both free throws good for James Harden. Los Angeles leading by 4. Jackson kicks to Ibaka. Jackson looking it over. Outside Williams. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. 11 points for Lou Williams.
And they're not afraid to let it fly from deep. They're looking to extend their lead with the 3 ball here in the second quarter.
Dinwiddie dishes to Harden. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Still trying to find the range. He hit one in the first quarter. Nothing since.
A nice shot by George.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Good shooting can be contagious. You see the confidence running through this team right now. He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
The second effort. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
The Clippers have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
That free throw good from George.
And he's been much more aggressive here in the second quarter. He's getting to the line a lot more than he did in the first.
And both free throws good for Paul George. Nets trail by 11. Dinwiddie with it. He's got 8. Pass to Claxton. He kicks it to Harden. Again, the miss by Harden.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And that one drops for him. Williams has got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers.
Shooting much better this quarter than last. You can see his confidence growing.
Jackson against Dinwiddie. Pass to Harden to end the run. It's hauled in by the Clippers. George has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger. Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Timeout called the Nets. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
Yeah, and they put up a goose egg last year when they played this team twice. Briefly take a look at the stats for Dinwiddie. How he did last season. Last season put up about 17 points per, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Yeah, he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
Now let's take a look at Paul George, some stats on him. Last season he played outstanding. First in steals, and of course one of the game's truly elite scorers with the 2nd most points per game in the league.
And as you said, first in steals last season. You have to say he's the best ball hawk in the league right now. It may not even be close. The throw good, James Harden. Harden hits them both. Here's Jackson. He had 16 points in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco. The pass to Morris. Down low. Here's Ibaka. Williams trying to break free. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Morris.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Now here's Harden. He's got 14.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
George passes to Jackson. Ibaka outside. Got a piece of it. Pass to Morris. Shot clock at 5. Outside Williams. On deep. Sampson pulls it in. Nets trail by 16. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Kicks it to Harden. From deep three-point range, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease.
How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates start getting me involved on the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 29 points, 9 assists, and 1 steal. He's clearly shaken off his mediocre performance from their last game, as he has been dominant in the first half tonight. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, we're seeing what it looks like when Paul George takes over. Knockdown shooter, that sets up his drive. And on the defensive end, he has the length to defend 1 through 5.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets?
Well, with the way they struggle to defend the three-point line, it started to look like warm-up drill. Do not be afraid to bring more defenders out high. They got to make life tougher on those outside shooters.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Yeah, in the first half, he took on the role of playmaker. I think it surprised the defense a little bit, gave this offense a different dimension.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers, we've got Ibaka. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Morris in at the 4 spot.
Beautiful stroke, a direct result of all the hard work Leonard's put in.
Outside Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Luau, covered by Morris. Harden against George. With a step back. Harden, that's good. Harden's got 16.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Ibaka finds Beverly. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. Back to Beverly. Launches it. But they get it back. That one falls. Leonard's got 5 points now this quarter.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Here's Irving. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Here's Jordan. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
You know, you look at how they built this lead. It's been through extra possessions. Well, you talk about someone who's an absolute piranha on defense, and that is Patrick Beverley. Gives you no room to get comfortable and is a thorn in his assignment side.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Had a success rate from the line last year of about 78%.
The first one falls. And Smitty with Beverly and his defense, it's not like he turns it on or off.
Nope, he's always going full speed on defense. It's been his calling card as a player for years now, and it's what he's made his name on in the NBA.
All free throws good from Beverly.
Patrick Beverly is a tone setter, someone who doesn't back down from anyone. I admire his confidence.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Not just swinging the ball around the perimeter, aggressive move inside.
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers.
What we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
Irving passes to Harris. To the middle. Here's Jordan. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. George looking over the floor. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And on any given play, the Beard can take your breath away. He's just got that flair for the spectacular.
Nice work at the line so far, going 5 for 5.
What's up?
Steve, how do you feel about the top college players getting some sort of compensation for their work?
You know, I don't know about top college players, Kevin. I think if you're going to do it, it has to be all college players because it's a team. And I think if you look at it, some of the ways I would love to see it, that those guys can get health insurance benefits, if they can get a longer time to finish their education. I love that type of compensation.
Playing from behind right here, not easy, but he is answering the bell.
The reason why is not just scoring, it's the way he's doing it. Efficient. That's what you need at this point in the game.
Beverly hits the jump hook. And the Clippers lead by 16.
I like seeing Patrick Beverly attack the interior. Sometimes he becomes too perimeter oriented.
Pass to Luau. Irving against Beverly. Pulls from the top of the key. Again, the Nets for 2. Clippers leading by 14. Pass to George. The rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Irving passes to Harden. On the wing, Irving. Defended by Beverly. Irving kicks to Jordan. 4 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. And James Harden hits from deep. Harden's got 22.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
In the corner, it's Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. That's now 8 points for Marcus Morris.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Irving kicks to Harris. To the inside. It's stolen by Morris. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Timeout called the Nets. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Paul George.
Yeah, let's check out some numbers here for James Harden. Great showing for him last season. First in scoring, second in steals, and he ranked in the top 10 in assists. An incredible knack for drawing defenders and finding the open man.
And his unmatchable instincts for scoring the basketball. That's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him, and you can't even really contain him. And Luwawu gets it to go.
He cannot be contained right now. The hoop keeps getting bigger and bigger for him with each made shot.
Here's Leonard, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
A 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard last season averaged 27 points a game. That's what you call a two-way player.
And a career high in scoring last season for the great Kawhi Leonard.
Kevin, he maintained his elite efficiency. Kawhi Leonard's growth as a scorer has been remarkable over the course of his career.
And the first one at the line is good.
Kawhi was drafted 15th overall in 2011. If they had a redraft, I wonder what number he would go down.
And so he makes both from the line.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Nets trail by 16. And here's Harden. He's got 22. And the rejection by Ibaka. Here's Leonard. Lays it up off the glass. Leonard's got 35 in the game.
Pushing the action. Always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Here's Irving. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight.
I like what he's doing here. Terrific efficiency scoring the basketball.
Now here's Beverly. To the paint. Here's Kennard. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Terrific pass. That's the unselfishness you want to see. Beverly's all about the team.
And the pass to Harden. No good with the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
Irving kicks to Harden. Takes a 3. It's not going to go for him. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Kennard, guarded by Harden. Leonard draws the double. Here's Ibaka, and again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Exactly what you want from that play. Get it to Serge where he can simply rise and fire.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And the jam by Harden.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Beverly following the bucket by the Nets. Ibaka outside. To the left side wing. 5 to shoot. Here's Kennard. Off target from 3-point range. Irving passes to Harden. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 9th assist in the game now.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Beverly finds Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Back to Beverly. Out to the wing. Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Common occurrence for Leonard. Once he makes his way to the rim, Kawhi levels up.
Harden scanning the floor. Fires the three. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got 11 rebounds in the game. They get it again. Nets trail by 20, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounder, DeAndre Jordan III.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Clippers. They double him with Irving. Inside, here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Irving passes to Harris. Feeds it to Harden. Here's the three. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. 1:51 left in the third quarter. Outside Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Here's Morris. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. So for the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Serge Ibaka. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Leonard.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
Now here's Irving. 24 points for him. Harris outside. Jackson against Irving. Can they get it? Passes it to Claxton. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Beverly against Harden. To the inside. And the dunk by Zubac.
And immediately looking for the open man when the double team comes to him.
On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Jackson. Irving passes to Sampson. And that one, good. Sampson's got his first 2 points of the night.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
Jackson kicks to Beverly. Here's Morris. That one rolling around and runs out. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Irving for 3. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
First one falls for him.
And not too long ago, Reggie Jackson signed a 5-year, $80 million deal. A lot of pressure on him to earn that money.
Jackson hits both of them. Here is Harden. He's got 27. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. We've got 13 seconds left here in the third quarter. Corner shot. Here's Claxton, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's Los Angeles, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be back with you shortly.
ba kung parang sa yo, sasalad ba? Bakit ba? Hindi, parang doon pa lang. Handa ko lang. Salad na. Mababa kasi yung upuan eh. Ay, ganun ba? Saka may pangatang dyan na konti.
And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up, keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. They've got Irving. He's out there with Harden. And it's Claxton in at center. And the basket by Jackson.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here's Irving. It's good from long range. Irving's got 27 points.
It's enough to where you have to respect him. Had one triple in the first half, now has his second.
Here's Jackson. Drills the baseline jumper.
Breakdown by the defense there. Jackson, a solid mid-range shooter. You like to push him out further.
Irving against Jackson. Irving double team. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and it's off from three-point range. Outside Jackson. Morris right side. And for a team schedule that includes 4 games and 5 nights, sports writers have introduced the term schedule losses due to fatigue. I just don't think that's very good, but it's the reality right now.
Yeah, it is. And sometimes, Kevin, you know these games, you travel a lot. Your legs are just done, and that's when you have to rely on a total team, play more guys. But it happens. You can't get out of this quicksand. You're going to have those type of losses.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Patterson, he's checked in for Morris. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Nets, KD's checked in for Harris. Temple comes in for James Harden. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Jackson against Dinwiddie. And here's KD for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Outside Jackson. Gets an open look and hits. Jackson's got 6 here in this quarter. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Dinwiddie against Jackson. Here's Temple. Here's the teardrop. The shot, no good.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Shamet finds Jackson. Zubac's in the post. Good work there as it goes.
Effort play, pursuing the basketball. Love how he puts in the work.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. And this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
And here are the Clippers now, following the bucket by the Nets. Dinwiddie against Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Shot on the wing. Kept alive. Shamet on the wing. Goes back up. It's hauled in by Claxton. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And then Durant with the jam.
And you remember there were questions about KD's athleticism going into the 2007 draft. None now. He can throw it down with the best of them.
Now here's Jackson. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. A lot of people think, Steve, there are 3 factors necessary to achieving organizational success. Ownership, ownership, and ownership. What do you think?
I guess it's ownership, and ownership. I think it also comes down to trust. Trust in anything gets you a chance to be successful.
And Steve, you know, it's just about establishing that culture, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think you got to have identity, a culture that everybody wants to be a part of.
And the Clippers call time here.
And the ability to create something out of nothing is so rare to find. But Kevin Durant has it. Whether it's a bailout shot to beat the shot clock or just a hard dribble and pull up, he can always get a shot off.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Patterson. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. George is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Williams in for Jackson. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Luwawu-Cabarrot comes in for Kevin Durant. And with Durant, he's making it look so easy. You're just used to seeing him get the shot he wants.
You have to respect his pull-up, his drive, his threes, his fadeaways. It's a nightmare for defenders. That unpredictability is why Jimmy Butler called Durant the hardest player to guard in the league.
Now Zubac following the three-point attempt by DeAndre Jordan. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Zubac, the pass to Williams. Here's Ibaka. And again, no good by the Clippers. Nets trail by 21. Here's Temple. And there's the pass to Dinwiddie. The NBA looking to improve officiating, Smitty. They'd like to revise the rule book to more closely match the way the game is played. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, we have to evolve. I think now the game has evolved to more three-point shots, so you got to look at also defense, hand checking, and now we're talking about a lot about, you know, room for guys to land, whether it's a foul or not. So I think it will evolve, and it should be because the game is evolving.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
That's another one for him. His fifth in just 7 shots. Los Angeles leading by 21. Down low, here's George. Throw good, Paul George. Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. And George drops them both. Well, Steve, we keep seeing new arenas and new state-of-the-art training facilities. As a player, what do you value more, home court or the practice court?
Kevin, I really think it's the practice court because you spend so much time there. But a lot of times now, franchises have both, the home court and their practice facility right inside the arena. If you can have the practice court at an all-time high, something guys like and love, they'll spend a lot of time there.
Here's Williams. After the basket by Brooklyn. Leonard kicks to Williams. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Nets trail by 21. Here's Sampson. Outside for Jordan. Dinwiddie dishes to Temple. 6 on the shot clock. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Temple's got his first basket of the night.
Pure determination here, guys. A fourth quarter run that has them looking better and better as we get ready for the stretch run.
And it's Leonard. That time on the assist from Williams. Williams has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Dinwiddie passes to Temple. Now here's Jordan. Here's Sampson. It's stolen by Morris. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. So for the Nets, Joe Harris is checked in for Jakar Sampson. And it's James Harden in for Garrett Temple. Nets trail by 21. Harris dishes to Harden. Now here's Dinwiddie. Passes it to Harris. And players now, Steve, more able to dictate where they want to play. How has free agency changed since you came into the NBA?
I think the signing of shorter contracts, Kevin, guys with player options. And then I think also for a lot of players, they're not taking as much money, leaving money on the table because the endorsement deals off the court is making up for some of their money on the court. Dominating when it matters most. Give him the ball and get out of the way.
Harden outside. Harris trying to get free. Harden's shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Leonard, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. 43 points for Leonard.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Harden against George. And again, it's the Nets missing.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And so here are the Clippers. Jackson passes to O'Quinn. Back to Jackson. Clock at 6. Shoots over Dinwiddie. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 8 here in the quarter.
A versatile scorer, Reggie Jackson, every year adds more moves to his arsenal.
Durant, the pass to Dinwiddie. Here's Claxton. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. So much new technology, a lot of it so exciting. Steve, did you see the demo of the jersey that can change a player's name and number the other day? Wow, that was something.
I did. I saw the demonstration that Adam Silver did. It is fantastic. I was thinking about myself, Kevin. I played for 7 teams. That's a lot of changing of the name and number.
It really is. .149 left to play in the final quarter. And O'Quinn kicks to Jackson. Pass to Kennard. From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Clippers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kawhi Leonard.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
Here's Jackson. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. It's Jackson with the drive. Chalk up 2 there.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Shamet. Some solid defense there from KD. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Prince misses.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.